I just finished Dark Souls 1, and while I was playing it, I had one thought. Wow, this plays a lot like Monster Hunter. Now, before anyone freaks out, yes, I know Dark Souls and Monster Hunter are very different games. I have played several of the Monster Hunter games, including Freedom Unite, Portable Third, 3 Ultimate, 4 Ultimate, World, the list goes on. So if they are so different, why did I feel like I was playing a Monster Hunter game when I was playing Dark Souls 1? Let me be a little more specific. I felt like I was playing classic Monster Hunter when I was playing Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 and old Monster Hunter titles have very similar idiosyncrasies and little gimmicks that made me think of Monster Hunter while playing Dark Souls 1. These include things like standing in place while you're healing, slow and deliberate attack moveset, bosses that have little gimmicks that you can take advantage of, tail cuts, positioning, utilization of status ailments, and environments having funny little hidden areas that you can actually get some neat stuff in. Obviously, Monster Hunter leans more towards the action aspect with boss fights, whereas Dark Souls leans a lot more towards the exploration. And you know what's really interesting? Just 2 years prior to the release of Dark Souls 1, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite released in North America. When I was playing Dark Souls 1, the more specific thought I had was, wow, this plays a lot like Freedom Unite. Both games have simple, albeit janky controls, but are both very, very deliberate. And when you can utilize those controls and game mechanics well, you can actually just demolish the game. Both Freedom Unite and Dark Souls 1 have an emphasis on prep and knowledge to determine how much you can beat them. There's actually 2 prime examples of this that I would like to talk about. For Freedom Unite, I actually want to talk about the monster Velocidrome. You can throw a flash bomb, and in low rank, the Velocidrome is just dazed the entire time. It won't move. It just rocks back and forth in place, and you can just wail on it. Asylum Demon has something kinda similar. If you start with black fire bombs, then you don't even need to run away from Asylum Demon the moment you get into the room with him at the very beginning of the game. You can actually just throw the black fire bombs at him, and if you get all of them to hit him, he will die. The black fire bombs do a lot of damage, and they will kill him. I think this is particularly cool because both of these games come from like a very similar era of action RPG, where a lot of it was more focused on what kind of knowledge you have about the game and how to exploit it. Games today are focused on having action set pieces and allowing players to kind of style on the monsters or style on the bosses or things like that. It's a lot less about solving the fight and more about performing the fight. Now, after playing Dark Souls 1, I'm actually very excited to play Dark Souls 2. I've never played Dark Souls 2, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see how the series evolved from Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 2. Now, is it going to evolve and be similar to like a later classic Monster Hunter, like 3 Ultimate or Generations Ultimate? I have no idea. After I beat Dark Souls 2, I'll maybe do another video about that. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to catch me live, you can catch me on Twitch or on YouTube if you want to. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope you like this video.